Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the newest Blu-ray release from the fine folks over at Vinegar Syndrome. This is for the early 80s. So bad it's good, cheesy, B-movie classic. Don't go in the woods alone. I actually did a full standalone review just of this film for my series, File 13, pretty much a year ago, last March. So this isn't going to be a full film review. I'm really going to focus more on this Blu-ray and the contents of it. But Don't Go in the Woods Alone is, as I said, a classic among fans of so bad it's good cinema. It's super cheesy. It's super low budget. It's just got this sort of cheapy, generic charm that so many people love. And, you know, I love it to a certain degree myself. Super low budget, as I said. James Bryan shot the film pretty much on obsolete film stock that he was able to get super cheap. The blood in the film is all barbecue sauce. He says the script was 60 pages, which I can't imagine the script for this film being more than 20 pages at the most. It's an absolute bloodbath. It's almost a gonzo slasher, people. You have this group of 4 campers. They go out into the woods and they're attacked by this, you know, mountain man, maniac, wild man who's covered in like fur and pelts, and he's got this beaded configuration on his face, and he's carrying this stick that has like fur on it and this huge blade. They call it the jingle stick. But there's so many characters that just sort of walk on screen and get killed. There's a woman in the beginning who's just running through the woods and gets killed. There's a painter that gets killed. There's a guy in a wheelchair his death is just so wrong yet so hilarious. You've got a fisherman, you've got a photographer, you've got a bird watcher. All these people just show up, get killed. There's 2 kills before the 4-minute mark. There's 9 kills in the movie at the 30-minute mark. So we're a half hour into this movie, and we've already got 9 kills. I think there's a total of like 15, possibly 16 kills in this movie. It's an absolute bloodbath. Bodies are dropping everywhere. Like literally every 4 minutes there's a death. I think I joked in my File 13 full review for this movie that, you know, how can, you know, it's like every day 4 or 5 people are just going off in the woods and dying, and no one in the town really seems, you know, to be too concerned about it. I think at one point they blame it on bears. There's, just bears. You know, I'm thinking, you know, after about a week, half the population of this town is going to be completely wiped out at this rate. I mean, this guy's just hacking people up left and right. Nobody seems none the wiser, to be perfectly honest. But again, that's part of this film's charm. It does have a fairly decent sense of humor about itself, but it's also the kind of movie you just have a riot laughing at. Like I said, it's bad on pretty much every level. The writing is bad. The acting is bad. It's entirely dubbed, which makes already ridiculous dialogue infinitely more so. It's just one of those so bad it's good, super cheap, B-movie, cheesy slasher flicks from the early 80s that, you know, I have a very soft heart for, and I know that there's a huge cult following for this movie. And I can understand why, because it is a riot. Now, what Vinegar Syndrome has done with this film, and if you've seen even the Code Red DVD that came out a few years ago, or if you saw the film previously on VHS, you know it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. So what Vinegar Syndrome did with this Blu-ray, with the transfer, which I believe it's a 2K, it's a 2K transfer from the 35mm Interposit. The film looks phenomenal. I was really, really impressed with the way that this film looks. There's a couple of rough spots here and there, but for the most part, this thing looks phenomenal. It absolutely looks great. Vinegar Syndrome did an excellent job with this transfer. Wow, is all I was just watching the movie, over and over again, I was just saying wow to myself, just thinking back on, you know, even the DVD. You know, there were some really really rough spots in it, and Vinegar Syndrome has really done a great job with this transfer. Audio quality is fantastic as well. As far as special features, we've got a commentary with the director, just the director, and then we've got a commentary with the director and the stars of the film, which those were ported over from the DVD. We've got a new commentary with The Hysteria Continues, which is a podcast. I listened to some of it because I kind of wanted to hear the fan interpretation of this movie more so than the director and the cast, because we hear a lot of that in the making of featurette on here. And listened to probably about half hour of that commentary, and it was pretty good. We've got a hour-long cast and crew featurette, kind of a making of. That was also ported over from the Code Red DVD, but that is exhaustive. An absolutely exhaustive making of featurette. It's actually done by James Bryan. It's a little rough. I'm not sure if he shot that thing on VHS or what. He conducts the interviews. He interviews himself. A lot of the interviews take place in really weird locations, which I'm not sure if that was, you know, what that was about, if that was just some of James Bryan's humor. But like I said, exhaustive. I mean, everything and anything you could possibly want to know about this film is in that featurette, and then some. We have a new featurette, an autograph signing. They threw a party for the DVD release, and they had an autograph signing, and James Bryan and several members of the cast are interviewed by a ventriloquist dummy, which is pretty odd and awkward to watch as the viewer, and it was clearly awkward for them to be interviewed by a ventriloquist dummy. Darren Miller, the singer for, I don't know if he's a singer or not, for CKY, who's a huge fan of this film. He's actually married to Felissa Rose, of course, from Sleepaway Camp. Him and her both appear on that featurette. Pretty interesting, pretty awkward, but, you know, it's an awkward film, so it kind of fits in. We've got TV Promo Compilation, which is 15 minutes, theatrical trailer, production still gallery, press and art gallery, and a script gallery, which I definitely checked out. And the script is all, there's like no, it's all just kind of dialogue. There's no real, you know, telling you what's going on. It's just like exterior, woods, and then the characters just kind of talking. So, again, the director said it was 60 pages, which even for a feature-length film is very, very short. There's no way that this thing was 60 pages. No freaking way. I'm guessing 20, 25 tops. But if you're a fan of Don't Go in the Woods, this is the Blu-ray to pick up. I'll put a link in the description to Vinegar Syndrome's website. Go over there, pick it up. Yeah, if you're a fan of this film, this is the best the film will probably ever look, I'm sure. This is the best the film can look. Really what Vinegar Syndrome did for the audio and the video quality of Don't Go in the Woods Alone is pretty, like I said, I was very, very, very impressed. The picture quality was really good. Really, really good, I thought. So yeah, if you're a fan of Don't Go in the Woods Alone, you're definitely going to want to pick this up on Blu-ray from the fine folks over at Vinegar Syndrome. They've really outdone themselves with this release. They've done a phenomenal job. The film looks great. Got great special features on here, commentaries, lots of extras. Definitely, this is what you want to pick up. If you're a fan of So Bad It's Good movies, of super cheap, you know, cheesy B movies, of early 80s slasher movies, you're definitely going to want to go check this out. Go pick it up from Vinegar Syndrome. If you've seen this film, please let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. It's pretty unique, even among the glut of slasher movies, backwoods slasher movies that we got in the early 80s. This one, it's pretty unique, put it that way. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'll put a link to Vinegar Syndrome's website in the description. Go check them out. Pick up Don't Go in the Woods Alone on Blu-ray. Phenomenal job from Vinegar Syndrome on this release. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, you guys take it easy. Peace.